Hello friends, my name is Catherine and today we are going to be making a set of stamps using a synthetic cork. Up to this point I have used natural particle cork for making the stamps, but this time around I want to give a synthetic cork a try. So same process as every other time. Start by cutting the cork in half. This is a little bit more difficult than cutting a natural cork in half, but not too badly. And that has a nice clean cut on it. And I've also got a set of chisels. So we'll try that and see how it goes. But the stamps that I want to make today, I want to make a stamp shaped like a rose, and I want to make a stamp shaped like a daisy. So we'll try the daisy first, because it should be the simpler pattern. I'm just going to take and start by putting a dot of Sharpie in the middle, and then draw petals outward to the edge of the stamp. Whoop. And off the edge a little bit there, to the edge of the stamp. There we go. And those will be, actually, I don't like how wide those are. I'm going to divide those in half. But those will be our petals. And then maybe like in between. Yeah. That's a much better daisy, I think. Okay. Now that I've drawn lines everywhere and it looks like just a great big huge mess, if you can see the mess I made, let's get one of these chisels out. Or something like it, and see if these are maybe better for carving with than our X-Acto knife. They could be. Who knows? We'll see. Let's try this angly one first and go around the outside. Oh yeah, no, that's not bad at all. Alright, I'm just going to go around the outside and cut triangles out where our petals are going to be, and then I'll go through and remove all of that excess cork, and then we'll see what we end up with and move on from there. Okay. Sort of. This takes concentration, and I know that the videos where no talking happens can get a little bit boring, but it takes concentration. Alright, and then I'm just going to kind of cut in, maybe here-ish, sort of, because we're trying to remove that piece. Okay. Come on, you. Come away from there. Oh, is that not cut all the way, maybe? I don't want to pull off the petal part. I just want to remove. There we go. That's coming away now. Just took a little convincing. Okay. Just go like this all the way around, hopefully. Sort of. And then we can go through and take off the parts that we don't want. Oop. Without just cutting the petal parts all the way off. Hopefully, anyway. Okay. There we go. Okay, now then, I think what I want to do is use this triangle gouge shape and see if I can't kind of gouge that out without cutting myself. I know that sounded like a question, and that's because it was. Can I do it without cutting myself? Let's see. Kind of just crushing it right now, but we'll finish this up, hopefully, and then see what we end up with. Might turn out, might not. Okay. I might have just wrecked this cork, but we will find out. Oh, may have really done it that time. We shall see though. Just keep gouging away at it. Okay. Now I don't think that's going to end up as anything, but let's grab a bit of paper and get some ink. And I think green, maybe? Just for trying this out. I don't know if that's going to end up as anything worthwhile. Let's switch over to something a little darker. And try that. Ooh, that was very squishy. Maybe not pressing so hard? Well, it's definitely got a center, and it's definitely got, like, petals outward. So I'm gonna call that one a success, but maybe more of a, that would make an excellent, what's the word I'm looking for? Dandelion puffball? Yeah. So instead of a daisy, that turned out to be a dandelion puffball. That's okay, though. I have a dandelion puffball now. That's awesome. I like those better than daisies anyway. Alright, and then what we want to do is do a rose. And I might try going back to the X-Acto knife for that. Because that gouging business, I don't know about that. We'll see. Might try it again another time. But we want to do a rose. So let's set that aside for a moment and do the same kind of process. I'm going to put a dot in the center, but then what we're going to do is go with smaller loops, circling, spiraling outward. Like a rose would do, because we're doing a rose. Hopefully. There we go. And then sort of like that. So that it kind of circles and spirals outward and whatever. Then let's try cutting with synthetic cork with our X-Acto knife. It's alright. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this synthetic cork actually. It might not be the best stuff to make stamps out of. I think I'm probably going to go back to the natural cork for the wine cork making stamps anyway. For making wine cork stamps with. But it was a good try. We learned a thing. And if you've learned something, then it was not a wasted effort. Although that, I don't know if it's just like the outer edge that makes it so difficult, or the gouge from the inside that was doing it, or whatever, but I definitely find it easier to work with natural corks. 'Cause this is just not as easy. Which is an interesting thing, I think. Okay. Just get all the way around, and then it'll be time to carve out the petals, which I don't know how I'm going to get them out of here because the natural cork breaks away, but this stuff doesn't. So, I don't know. We shall see. Come on, you. Oh, for goodness sakes. This is not an easy thing. Come on. Okay. Well, maybe now that we're done with the outside, it might get easier. Okay, well that's not as bad. Okay, and then I think we will just try to sort of spiral inward. And maybe we don't need to cut that inner petal away. Maybe we can just compress it. I hope that works. Because this stuff is definitely not as easy to work with as the natural stuff is. But we will see what we turn out with and whether or not it makes a good stamp. Because that is the true test, whether or not you end up with a good stamp. There we go. Okay, and then sort of in there maybe. And then like that, sort of. Just kind of pressing it down in. See if I can't create a cavity there without removing matter. That might be an easier technique to work with if it works on this synthetic cork. We shall see. All right, 4 more petals to go after this one, you guys. And then we will be ready to try and stamp. This is getting to be a longer one. I want to make sure that I try and keep it short if possible. So let's see what we can do about hurrying this along a little bit. Just make sure we really jab that down in there. All right, last 2. One more. And there we are. Okay, let's try stamping with this and see how it goes. Let's start off with the black. Okay, so just kind of set it on my stamp pad a little bit, make sure I've got it in it good and inky. And yeah, okay, that's not the worst thing ever. It's not the best thing ever, but it is not the worst thing ever. That is definitely a rose. I'm not really satisfied with this. It's not as good as I would like it to be, but it is not without merits. So there we go. The puff from a dandelion and a rose, made from synthetic wine cork. I'm probably not going to be working with synthetic wine cork again. I'm not a real fan of it after all, as it turns out. I prefer the natural stuff, but you try it. Try making stamps from synthetic wine cork yourself and tell me what you find works best for you, what works, what doesn't work, and how you get along with it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I will see all of you another time. Oh, and remember to subscribe. See you all later. Bye!